In Luke, it then says, verse 45, he went into the temple and began to cast them that sold therein. Matthew. And Jesus went into the temple of God. Mark. And they come to Jerusalem, and Jesus went into the temple. So I'm going to combine all three of these. And they came to Jerusalem from Mark and from all three. I'm definitely going to put Jesus from Matthew and Mark. All three went into the temple. Matthew then says, of God. Mark just says, into the temple. Luke says, and he went into the temple and began to cast out them that sold. And began to cast out them that sold. Cast out all them that sold. And all three began to, Mark and Luke, cast out all them that sold therein, all from Matthew. Therein is from Luke. And them that bought. And bought in the temple. And bought in the temple. So, and bought, all three, in the temple. Matthew and Mark. And overthrew the tables. The tables of the Moneychangers, and the seats of them that sold doves. And the seats of them that sold doves. Okay, that's the same. That's the end of Luke. Then that bought. And overthrew the tables of the Moneychangers and the seats of them that sold doves, saying, it is written, my house is a house of prayer. It is written, my house shall be called the house of prayer. Mark. And would not permit that any man should carry any vessel through the temple. That's added. And would not permit that any man should carry any vessel through the temple. That's extra. That wasn't in the other two. And after that it goes on to say, and he taught, saying to them, is it not written, my house shall be called of all nations the house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves. That's a little bit different from earlier. And he taught, saying to them, and said to them, Luke, saying to them. So saying to them is the same for Luke. However, and he taught. That's added. So I'll put that. And is in both Matthew and Mark. He taught is only in Mark. Saying is in Luke and Mark. To them is in all three. It is written. It is written. Is it not written? So in Mark, he's asking them the question, is it not written? As opposed to the other two where he's saying, it is written. I'm going to keep it is written. My house shall be called of all nations a house of prayer. Of all nations, that's different. That's not in the other two. Let me go back to the actual quote. Isaiah 56:7. Isaiah 56:7. Even them I will bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon my altar. For my house shall be called a house of prayer for all people. Of all nations. Okay. That's where that came from. My house shall be called. My house shall be called. My house. That has to be gray. My house shall be called is in Matthew and Mark. And I'm going to add in here now, of all nations, from Mark, the house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves, is all three.